Hi there, I'm Virginia Lindsay of Ginger Cake Patterns and Design. And last night I was on the phone with my good friend Amy of the Makery in State College, Pennsylvania. And we were talking about face masks. And she is running a Facebook group, and they're collecting face masks. And I said, but Amy, I thought that, they weren't useful because they're not HEPA, specifically designed. And she said they are useful, that people in hospitals and doctors' offices can wear them over their existing ones to make them last longer. And she said that, Virginia, why aren't you helping people make these? So I'm going to show you today how to make these really simple fabric face masks. And I'm going to give you a bunch of resources down below so that you can send yours in and do your part. And if we all make 10 or 15 or 20 or 5 of these, then we could really help out our healthcare workers. So the first thing you need to do is get some pre-washed fabric, cotton fabric, like quilting cotton, and then for one layer, and this is a piece of fabric that is 6 or 9 by 6, okay? I just took a regular piece of paper and folded it down to measure 9 by 6. And then the second piece is a flannel. So you want flannel, this is going to be the inside, and quilting cotton is the outside. So 2 pieces, and then you also need 2 pieces of elastic. This little elastic, it's like 8-inch elastic, or 1/4 inch. I think this is more like 1/4. Or you can use the cording too, I guess. But I'm going to attach a document down below that Amy Frank of the Makery created for her group, and it shows you how to make these in you can print it out on a piece of paper, and it shows you how to use cording also. So the first thing we're going to do is just attach the elastic to the flannel here. So I'm going to bring you in close, and we're going to do it real quick. And these are really fast. They only take okay, first of all, we're working on the right side of the flannel fabric, and we're just going to pin the elastic. And you're going to just take it and make sure it doesn't twist here. And just going to pin it in place, making a loop going in towards the center. Okay, so do that with both pieces. Sorry for the shake there. Okay, now I'm going to sew these on. So when sewing these on, you want to back stitch over the elastic. I just find it easier to sew down the whole length of this. And back stitch. Maybe back stitch back and forth. Okay? So it's sewn on right there, both sides. And now I'm going to do the other side. Okay, so I sewed on the elastic on both sides, and now I'm just going to make a little sandwich here. What's nice is the flannel kind of clings to the quilting cotton, so you don't need to do a whole bunch of pins here, and it shouldn't be slippery at all. This is a little bulky under here. I'm going to fix that. Okay, and I'm going to leave a little opening right here, about 2.5 inches, so that I can turn the whole thing right side out. And I'm going to go ahead and sew around the perimeter with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay, that's the next step, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I sewed around the perimeter, and now I'm just going to turn it right side out. And I also clip the corners just to kind of make it, you know, use your good sewing practices, even though it's probably not totally necessary. And you can use your finger to poke out those corners, or you can grab I like to use a chopstick often. Just give them a good poke so they're fully extended. And then we're going to press this and do a little top stitch around the perimeter. So when you press, make sure you press that under too, that opening, so that the seams match up, okay? So at this point, we have the elastic on, it's turned inside out, it's pressed nice and flat. I sewed around, I did a top stitch around the entire perimeter, and now it's time to make the pin tucks. And what they do is they give it the space to kind of fit over the other masks. So this is an important part. It's probably the hardest part of making it, but it's really not that hard, especially after you do it a couple times. So we're kind of dividing it into thirds here, and you're going to do the top third, just do a little tuck. And when you tuck it, you should be pinching, you know, about a ½ inch, which creates, you know, a full inch of a tuck. So if you can see that, it's about a ½ inch. Okay? And then I put a pin in, and I have the pin facing in towards the center. And then I just do the other side right here. So we have one tuck in, and you can press it if you want. And then do a second tuck right in the middle. Again, my first time, I found this a little challenging, and now it's just, this is my third time, this is my third mask, and it's a lot easier. So just, you know, expect it to be a little bit weird the first time if you're not familiar with doing these, and the third one. This one's a little smaller, as you can see, and that's probably because I made that center one kind of big, but I think it's okay. Okay, so I'm just going to press that in the middle real quick. I'm pressing right over those pins real quick. And now I'm going to sew down the side to you know, secure those tucks. And then it's going to be done. So just carefully sew down the sides. I'll take you over to my machine to do it. Okay, here I am at my machine. Put my foot down. And they're secure. And that's kind of called pin tucks. And if you've never done that before, it's also like pleating. It's a good way, you know, you can use that in other techniques too. There it is. And you can see how that gives it a lot of body. Now I'm just going to do the other side. I'm going to actually, I kind of like to put my, this is a little awkward because you have the mask going in towards the center. But you just want to sew right down, and you secure those tucks. I know a lot of you are going to give me comments about the sewing over the pins, but I rarely have an issue with that. And if I do, I just change my needle. But there you go. It's done. Okay, so I've made 3 in just less than an hour, and it was fun and pretty easy. And I think it's a great project to do to help out. I've also heard that Joann's is offering like kits to make them, and there's all sorts of things. You might want to contact your local hospital to see if they have specifications. But there are places accepting these exact kind. And also, again, I'll give you those resources down below for places that you can email and contact and send your masks that you make. So I hope you guys get to make some, and that we all get through this quickly and stay safe. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.